Greetings, internet. I'm back with some more duels here. This time I'm on my Templar, which I recently got to about 16. This one is a stamina build, which is something I'm not very comfortable with. So I haven't actually played something like this in a while. Now this specific build I'm running on this tune here is a werewolf build. Or at least it's very centered around it. I have recently just on live started leveling the bow, since that one will be much better for PvP. But at the moment I'm using dual wield and a two-hander. And more like Anequina, as you can probably tell. I chose to keep this clip in just because of this. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, I can't really say much about these clips, to be honest. You will see me fighting this person a few times on this tune and on my nightblade. Because after a few duels on this tune, I returned on my nightblade to duel people again. But you can see the werewolf is very strong. I feared him and killed him in one hit, basically. This guy I'm also fighting a few times on my nightblade. Those two people, and this is something I'll cover a little bit later in the video, but those two people have a very similar build, a very annoying build. See here, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just standing still, I can't really do anything. Holding block, that doesn't do anything. But yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun with this werewolf build here. I really like the werewolf playstyle. I just wish you could have it active all the time, you know. It is very strong, but also you have a huge weakness, and that's the fact that people can literally one-shot you with Dawnbreaker. Which I think is kind of dumb, to be honest. Because you can do the same with vampire players as well. If they have 20k health and you crit with your Dawnbreaker, they die immediately. Because it's bugged where the first dot and the attack itself hits at the same time, which means you can get like 15k from the attack and then 5k from the first dot, which 20k on a player, you know. It's kind of crazy. But you can see here, this is like one of those tank Templar builds, this guy. You see, he almost gets me here, but not quite. The thing about these tank Templar builds is that they usually don't have that much damage, which was the case for that guy. If he had more damage, he would likely have gotten me. I mean, if I get hit by a meteor and it only does 5k on impact, that's pretty bad. Here I'm fighting Cody on his sorcerer. I'm glad he's playing a little differently than most other sorcerers. Because, you know, usually they just stand inside their little ring of mines. I get him down quite low right here, but then, watch out. And Dawnbreaker. Instant death. I'm up in my nightblade now. This guy here is, I don't know, it's very unsportsmanly what he's doing. Because I don't know if you saw that, but he marked me before we even started the fight. You know? That is pretty shitty thing to do. Thankfully for me, he's not a very good player. No, he's just running around in circles. But that's pretty lame. Like, you shouldn't. It's like it's like me putting some kind of spell on the enemy before we're even fighting. You know. See, he does it again here, so I do it as well. It's like, fine if you want to play like that, but it's kind of lame that people do that. You know. I guess people really don't like magicka nightblades or whatever, but still, it shouldn't be a reason to do it. And you can see that pretty much all the people here are running Dawnbreaker. myself included, because it's just that good. Okay, here's the first guy I dueled on my Templar. I'm fighting him here again. This is a very, very long fight. So you can see this guy is a tank Templar build. Now he's AD. The next guy I fight after this guy has the exact same build, but he's EP. And it's just kind of ridiculous, this kind of build, because he can stay alive for a very long time, but his damage output is very minimal. You know, like, he's running the 2 swords for extra spell damage and such, and then he's running the shield just so he can perma-tank me. And then on top of that, he has the rune focus for increased armor and spell resistance, and then, like, you can see constantly spams the cleansing ritual, which I think is kind of overpowered. It removes 5 dots from you, from everyone in the circle. It's just kind of dumb. Like, I don't know. Because it ruins the entirety of certain builds. He can use that ability once and he takes away my Major Defile from my ultimate. He takes away my dot from my Disease enchant. He takes away my Crippling Grasp. All in one ability, you know? Which is kind of lame. I kind of wish they would do something about that, because people, when you're sieging, for example, people can just use that purge once, and like, even though they got hit by flaming oil or whatever, they're fine. So I think they need to do something about that cleansing ritual. It is just kind of retardedly good. But you can see this guy, he's just tanking me, and I mean, I don't have the burst to take him down, and his healing is so strong that he can literally heal himself in like 3 or 4 Breath of Lives. So my only strategy here is just basically to wear him out of stamina and then kill him when he can't break free from fear, which is really lame. I hate to do that. You know, I'd rather fight in a more fair way, because, you know, fear is kind of lame the way it works. But I mean, this is literally the only thing I can do against a player like this when I have such a ridiculous tank build. And the weird thing is, like, I'm sure if 2 guys went against this kind of build, the person wouldn't last, you know? Because he has barely enough to tank me, but if there's 2 players, all of a sudden, you know, it's completely different. So it's not even a very effective tank build. It's just really annoying to duel, that's all. We see it goes down there. Here's the second guy, and this guy, I beat him a few times. First time he says that he had a bug, but I at the same time also had a 300 latency, because it was very laggy here. But he was like, oh yeah, I'm bugged. He said he couldn't move, but that was just my Crippling Grasp, you know. Which is kind of annoying, but he's playing pretty much the exact same way, except he uses Meteor with his toppling charge, which should be good. It should be a good combo, but it isn't, because it doesn't do any damage. And then the second time I beat him, he tells me that I'm going stealth too much. I was like, yeah, but that's that's like me saying, please don't use heals. So after that, he changes out his abilities after a few times I've won, and then like just goes full fucking healer on me. And we had a 20-minute duel, after which I just gave up and let him kill me. He's like, yeah, good fight. And I'm like, no, that was horrible. It's like, if I wanted to fight fucking a healer, I'd ask for it. Like, I want to fight a duel because they're exciting, because they're fun. If a duel lasts 20 minutes where nothing happens, then I don't consider that fun. Which is why I hate fighting builds like this. This is the last duel. But yeah, like, I think the 2 most annoying builds in duels right now are definitely the Templar tank, like you've just seen, the magicka Templar tank, and then the sword that stands inside the mines constantly and just spams onward. It's kind of dumb. I'm not a fan, because it's just, I don't know, the skill ceiling on that kind of gameplay is not that great. Anyway, thanks for watching.